contention among the angels. The angels who were staying in the middle of the road in this conflict between the rebels and the loyalists were having an unpleasant time of it. First, the rebels would try to persuade them to join their side. Then the loyalists would come and reason with them about remaining true to God. So they had very little peace, being pulled first this way and that way. Neither did they have any peace of mind, for it is miserable not to be able to decide what you want to do. The loyalists also pleaded with those angels who had already joined the rebel side. They begged them to come back to the right side. Don't listen to Lucifer, they warned. He is deceiving you. He's not telling you the straight truth. Many of Lucifer's followers were considering the advice of the loyal angels. They were on the verge of returning to God's side. Some of the rebel chiefs saw this. They rushed to Lucifer's headquarters with news. Lucifer, Lucifer, what shall we do? The loyalists are talking many of our members into leaving us. You mean some of our followers are actually listening and changing their minds? Yes, sir. Large numbers have been convinced we are wrong, and they want to return to God if they can be sure He will forgive them. Lucifer got ready to go at once. This is serious, he said. Sounds like a job I had better take care of myself. Let us imagine he found a group who had just been talking things over. I have told you you are about to desert our cause. Surely you are not so foolish as to give up, and besides, God will not take you back. Don't listen to him, pleaded the loyal angels. He is deceiving you. God loves his own children, and he will take you back. They warn you not to listen to me, Lucifer sneered, who lived near the throne, they or I. So who would know more about God's ways than they or I? They just don't care enough about you to fight for your rights as I do. Then he changed to soft, smooth talk. Would you believe that I myself once thought of surrendering? Sure, I nearly decided it was not worth all the trouble to fight for my way. But I'm afraid that even if God would forgive us, he would take away all our honors, so we'd be forever humiliated and have to live always under his laws. Some of the angels started to speak, but Lucifer would not give them a chance. But now it is too late, he shouted dramatically. There is nothing left but to go ahead and brave the consequences. As for me, I will never again bow down on my knees and worship the sun. The good angels were horrified at Lucifer's bold words. Things had come to a desperate pass, they decided, so they hastened to tell God the Son about what was going on among the angels. They found God the Father having a conference with the Son over the best way to deal with Lucifer and his rebellion. The good angels possibly were a bit surprised to learn that God already knew about the situation, and they must have wondered why he had allowed such things to go on in heaven. Let us imagine we can listen in on the discussion between the Father and the Son. The Father was saying the time had come for them to take a hand in this battle among the angels. It was not fair to the loyal angels to let them live on and on with nothing but trouble. Didn't the Son think each one had plenty of time to make up his mind? The Son agreed. Then he sighed heavily. He had done the best he could. Whenever he visited among the angels, he pointed out how everything and everybody had to abide by the rules to get along peaceably, and he reminded them in every way he could think of how God loved them and would do everything possible for their happiness. Then the Father must have sighed too. Poor Lucifer. He imagined he had very cleverly deceived the Father and the Son. They could have punished him at once and saved all this trouble among the angels. They could have cast him out of heaven or even destroyed him. But what would have happened if they had done that? They knew what would have happened. The other angels would have remained loyal only out of fear. In their hearts, they would always wonder if Lucifer had been right and if he had been treated fair. So there was no other way to do. God had to give them a chance to find out for themselves what Lucifer was really doing, but just what should be done next. Since the Father and the Son agreed that the angels had had plenty of opportunity to make up their minds, they decided it was time to stop this working in secret. They would have each angel choose sides in public so that all would know where he stood. They could not risk having a single secret rebel in their ranks to start trouble again later on. So the messenger angels were called. They were told to summon the entire angel host to appear before the throne of the Most High. Aunt Trudy, why would the angels listen to Lucifer instead of to God? Both Margie and Dick asked the question at almost the same time. Why? Replied Aunt Trudy. Why, partly because Lucifer could do something that God himself could not do. The children could hardly believe their ears. You really mean Lucifer could do things that even God could not do? Aunt Trudy's face was very serious. Yes, I really mean it. Lucifer could lie and flatter and deceive. God could do none of these things. Oh, said the children very quietly. We hadn't thought of that. Lucifer had another advantage. From the day all the angels were created, God had made Lucifer their commander. If they had refused to accept him as their chief, it would have been the same as disobeying God. So all their lives up to this time, the angels had pleased God by listening to Lucifer, since he was God's appointed leader. They had perfect confidence in him. At first, they had no way of knowing when he began to change, because he was cleverly deceitful about covering up his true ideas. It took a long time for them to find out. That is why God was so patient about the situation and did not punish anyone, not even Lucifer.